Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm here with Colin, one of my students. He's gonna talk about Instagram. He's been killing it on Instagram. Like he's been hitting 10K days, which is unheard of, just off Instagram influencers. Even when Instagram was hot, no one was able to hit such large numbers. He was able to go ahead and actually automate certain tasks. He's hitting up 30 influencers every day. Like he's doing really, really well. And I really wanted to bring him onto the channel to get him to share a bit about, how he got there, maybe give you guys a few golden nuggets, just sort of just show you guys that Instagram still works and you can still make a killing off Instagram. So I guess sort of tell everyone a bit about yourself, Colin.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, Andy. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate all the things that you did to help me. So yeah, I started about 7, 8 months ago, and actually started on. Well, I started on Facebook, and then I didn't see much success with that. And then everybody said to do like Instagram back in like January, stuff like that. And so I started, doing some influencers. I got my first sales up, and that's where I really like got my feet wet. Like I saw products. I think I got lucky because I saw products that were doing well on Instagram,
Yeah.
and it just gave me confidence. To know that drop shipping works, because I think if I didn't stumble on Instagram, I think I would have like just thought drop shipping doesn't work, or I would have just like quit.
100%.
Yeah. So hit my biggest day, 11K recently, 11.5 or something K a day. So that was insane. And that was just all off Instagram. So
That's insane. So tell me a bit like how did that feel? Like what numbers were you doing previously? Like is this the biggest numbers you ever done in your whole dropshipping career?
yeah, absolutely. That was the biggest day. There was a time like, back in like February where I got lucky and I hit like a 4 or 5K day. But from ever since like March, I'd struggled. I was doing like 1,000, 1,500, 800, anywhere, something like that on Facebook. And and I wasn't doing that much until I started like putting a lot of time into Instagram.
Yeah.
Because Instagram, I was like profiting like a couple $100 a day, and I was only spending like 2 hours a day on it, and then
Yeah.
I was just struggling off Facebook. So yeah, I mean, after I like put way more time into Instagram, it just like things started to just blow up.
Exactly, I guess so. Like if you were able to put in 2 hours and get, $200 profit, you just basically 10x the amount of hours you put in. You instead of putting 2 hours, you then put in 10 hours, and then you were able to, 5x the amount of money you're making. But I think it exponentially increased. But I guess what I'm asking is, does Instagram still work for people out there? A lot of people say Instagram is saturated, it doesn't work, influencer prices are ripping you off, there's a lot of fake accounts, all this stuff. Like, tell people what your thoughts are on all these rumors that's been sort of floating around over the past few months.
Yeah, I think it definitely works, and it's actually the opposite. It's actually like not saturated at all, which is funny because honestly, I can't even like, okay, so I have this Google sheet of like all these influencers. I have like every day all these scheduled ones. So I like organize it, and then I have like competitors too. And like honestly, like I can't think of like an influencer in my mind that I know that does better than me on Instagram, which is funny because I look at the competitors and I look at their products, but like I know for sure that like the reason why I'm doing better than them is because I can like outscale all of them, because like my list of influencers is just so large. So like to your point, it's just like um, I honestly I don't think that many people are doing it. I like off the top of my head, I think like we're between like 5 to 10 influencers. Like I'm doing this every day, so I don't see
Yeah.
that many people
Yeah.
like actively pushing it that hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Colin is
So
basically like the king of Instagram now. He's basically freaking gotten everyone, all the pages underneath him. Like he's partnered up with everyone. So like if someone were to get into the game and you wanted to compete with him, it would be really really hard. But that's amazing. So like one of the things you said, I guess, was just building a list of influencers. It's sort of like building your own Facebook pixel. I think that's something that a lot of people don't do. They forget that spending money on an influencer That's building data. You're collecting data. That's like one page. You know if it's good, bad. You sort of can rate it. If it got you a lot of profit, if it got you a small amount of profit, that's collecting data. So money's not being wasted. If you got no sales off that influencer, that's data you now know. Now you know that that page doesn't work. But yeah, that's amazing. Like you basically sort of built like, I don't know. It's like a mafia. You got everyone underneath you. You sort of like can bully every single competitor out at this point. But yeah, that's so cool. What are like some tips you recommend people if they were just getting started and maybe they wanted to dab into Instagram? Do you have any tips for them?
Yeah, I would say find niche pages first, and or find yeah, find pages with obviously super high engagement. That you can get on a bargain. Obviously, if you watch the old videos, it would be always try to bargain the influencers, like negotiate with them on prices. Find bargain pages because um, you know that's where you can get the most sales at the cheapest price. Um, and I would just say like going like looking like how would I say it, like spend the time that you would be like on your social media or wandering around, just like playing, like going through pages and seeing what other influencers are posting, because like every time I found like winners on, I would say that 80% of the time of the winners that I found on Instagram were just like other competitors that I just outscaled, or I just stumbled upon. So I would just say like actively be looking for products that are like hot, because once
Yeah.
they post it, like you want to jump on it like super quick. So just contacting influencers every day, getting them on like a bargain, and just be on the lookout for like trending products. There's always going to be trending products. Like right now, I would say I have a good like 5 to 8 products that I put up that I know like instantly, will be profitable. So, if you're using Instagram every day, like for sure, you're gonna stumble on it. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I reckon those are a bunch of actionable tips that people can go ahead and apply. Because I think yeah, everyone's sort of moved from Instagram onto Facebook, and now Facebook is having the similar problem of everything being expensive, being hard to find a winner, and it's sort of shifting back to Instagram. You definitely got sort of the majority of the pie here. So there's definitely space for people to go in and get a small piece of the pie. Colin's definitely been dominating it over the past month or two, and he's definitely gotten a lot of skills, and all these little golden tips he's giving you. Definitely apply them. I really recommend everyone to go ahead and give it a try. I think one of the biggest thing that made Colin successful was he tripled down on Instagram. Isn't that right? You didn't sort of try a bit of everything. Sort of tell people about that, because a lot of people try a bit of everything. They try AdWords, Google Shopping, Facebook ads, Instagram. Like they're trying a bit of everything. Like what's the best way to find success, you reckon?
Yeah, it's really to just like you said, triple down as in like put more time into it, triple down on the time spent, on the money spent, honestly, because
Yeah.
like I went from spending I'm trying to think, probably a couple $100 on Instagram to like even like $2,000. I've
Yeah.
spent like $3,000 on it, so, and that's got to me those like big days, and so yeah, it's crazy. Like yeah, you just have to triple down. You have to, build your network. Like you said, like, what I did was build a huge network of influencers in like a lot of niches. So it's like, like when I test like different types of products, whether it's like gadgets or like a good example is like the pet niche. Like I have a huge like, like, what is that? A huge list of just pet pages, and
That's
I can,
insane.
not only like pet pages, but then I expand it to like just regular pages or nature pages or like earth pages, because it works for everyone,
That's
So
insane.
that's a good example actually. Like let's say if you have a pet product that's doing well, like you start off with like the pet niche, because pet niches are usually cheaper, and then you expand to like other types of bigger niches like viral pages, and that's how you can like scale from like those $1,000 days from just pet pages to like maybe 10,000. So
Dude, that's an insane golden nugget. Like people got to take note. That's a really really good tip. actually then diversifying into other page that might be out of your niche but sort of similar, that's a massive, that's a good tip. But sort of tell me a bit about like how you went from making 1 or 2K, a day off Instagram influencer. We jumped on a call together. We talked about you tripling down. We talked about you setting up the system. We talked about you spending more time on it. And then 1 week later, 2 week later, you're messaging me, showing me your 5K days, 8K days, and then 11K days. Tell me what you think pivoted, like on our call. What do you think was the biggest thing that helped you go from making only 1 or 2K days to all the way to 10K days? Like you, like basically shocked me. I was like, damn, you actually absorbed everything I said and you applied it and you got results. Tell people about that.
Yeah, I just think I took it seriously. It was something where, like I took it seriously. Like I didn't just, spend like an hour or two on Instagram. I really like at times like spent almost all day on Instagram, like
Yeah,
where I just I'm messaging like when you're contacting new pages, you're
yeah,
only allowed to contact so many before they like
yeah,
block you for a little while.
yeah,
So I'm doing it like 3 times a day, like in the
yeah,
morning, night, or yeah, afternoon and night. Like so the network it just expands. Like I'll send them like the email plus the DM. They'll tell me all their pages,
yeah.
and I'm not. I think because people hit me up on Instagram all the time, and I think people are a little bit like too skeptical for their own good because like they're um they're always like skeptical. They're like, oh, I had a guy who like said that the like most pages are bad on Instagram, and
Okay.
I'm like that can't be the case because like I have so many influencers,
Yeah,
and I'm like they're just like too skeptical. Like you
exactly.
just have to test. You just have to test it. Like you just can't be afraid to spend money. And like honestly, like I think I told you once, like I've spent actually I've been spending like almost every day. I've had these pages where I spend like $500 on just one page.
That's
You
insane.
know, I
Yeah,
um I would buy bulk deals where I get like like normally 500 and I
yeah,
get it on like 1200 or 1100, and I'm not afraid to spend that money because to be honest, like those big pages, there's a very good chance like I get these like $100 sale orders. Um,
okay.
there's a good chance that like the honestly there's a good chance like with the bigger pages you actually make way more than the smaller pages. Like the smaller
Exactly.
pages I'm usually not expecting much, so I would say the biggest thing is like people are just too skeptical, like too afraid to really invest, and just like you said, triple down. So
Exactly, and I think it's a big thing. Like you need to spend money to make money, and then once you get to those higher sort of tier pages, what I'm noticing is that those more expensive pages, a lot less people can afford it. So there's a lot less
yeah,
competition for those higher, more expensive
yeah,
pages. Hence, you're able to make much
yeah,
more money. And it's ironic.
yeah,
The smaller pages, you're spending $50 and you might not even get $50 back. How ironic is that? It's
yeah,
just, I think that's just how ecom works. I've noticed that with everything. The only difference from us becoming Alex Becker or Ty Lopez is we're not spending enough money. They've gone to the point where they're spending so much money that sort of away from the competition. They're getting special deals basically. They're getting exclusive rights. They're getting exclusive deals. Facebook, YouTube are definitely offering them much cheaper CPMs because they're spending so much. So definitely, people who spend a lot are rewarded, and I think that's one of the biggest thing when it comes to Instagram, investing in high quality pages, because a lot of people just spend $20, $30 on these smaller pages and they don't really get their money back. And it seems like you sort of escape that. You're sort of doing your own thing. Hence, you're making a killing because there's no competition, I guess.
yeah. And there's like a product that I have going on right now, and I found it like 2 days ago, and funny enough, like an influencer actually told me about this product. Like we've been working together for a while, so he actually like helped me out, and like it got to a point where I knew that people are drop shipping is a little bit like a copycat game,
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
I know people are gonna put this up, and since I know that I probably have the biggest network out of like all these people,
yeah.
like I went ahead and I like pushed this product faster than other people,
That's
so
insane.
that like they can't post it, and if they do post it, they won't get the same results, or
Dude,
it'll just be like So I just knew like, like other people might be like, oh, let me like slowly like test it out first.
Yeah,
Like
that's a big
as
mistake.
soon as I saw it, like one day of like good results, I just pushed it all in.
Yeah,
So
dude,
yeah,
that's another big thing. Building relationships with influencers. They're like a real people. Like they're real people. Like you want to build relations with them, get to know them, add them on WhatsApp, get them out of the Instagram DMs. Because once you do that, it becomes a more of a real business relationship, and that's where you want to get to. And then once you build a relationship with them, you're going to get a lot of exclusive deals. You'll get a lot of sort of exclusions. There's definitely ways to sort of bully competitions out once you get to know your influencer and build relationships with them. So I think that's a massive tip that Colin just revealed to you guys.
yeah. Actually, a lot of them like me because like for example, I think most of the products I do actually get really good engagement. So it
Oh,
actually
okay.
helps their page.
True.
Like most people who just like sell those watches or
Yeah.
just sell those like bikini stuff, it
Yep.
actually hurts their page. Like they
Yep.
lose a lot of followers or engagement
That's
because it
true.
looks so spammy. But like
Yeah.
these ones, they actually love working with me because they're like, wow, like there's actually so much engagement on them.
That's actually
So
that's actually really good. Like
yeah, yeah.
like I don't know. Yeah, that's so true because that's helping
You have
them
to
build
make
their
it look
page.
native. Yeah, yeah.
So like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, like they're probably like some of them might be even willing to do it for free because you're building engagement. It's viral sort of video slash product, and they're gaining followers. So that's a pretty good tip as well. Helping influencers with actually related niche products for their page, so they're less hesitant to sort of put it onto their page, I guess. And I guess money would be just a bonus for them because it's related to their niche anyways.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
So like
And yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
continue.
No, I was gonna say like you have to be a little bit like creative about it too.
True.
Like um I've written down because I was trying to teach my VA some methods of Instagram so that she can help me out, because now that I'm spending so much time on this, I want her to help me out.
Yeah.
And like I had to kind of like think out my own system for like what
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And like some of the things I do is just like, like thinking of like random like niches or keywords that
Yeah.
most people wouldn't think of. And I would
True.
search them and just go through everything. It's kind of like a library, you just
Yeah.
like search for everything. And you'll never like I'm thinking some in my head that I don't want to review, but there's so many like random keywords you would never think of
Yeah.
that like become like amazing pages that like make you a ton of money. So
That's a
um,
massive golden nugget, I reckon.
you just gotta think outside the box with it. You can't be too like black and white, I guess. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. But after our call, we jumped on a call for 1 hour. You were sort of doing all right on Instagram. How fast were you able to get results right after our call? Because it was insane how fast you were able to create results just off one call. Like what sort of pivoted and how fast were you able to find results?
Yeah, I would say like within a week or so, or maybe like a few like 2 weeks or something like that. But it's crazy because with Instagram, I think it's one of the fastest ways to to jump on, or to hit big days, just because it's really just a matter of a good product and either like one really big page or a good amount of like good pages. So
One hundred percent.
it's really no secret. Yeah, it's just product, good pages.
100%. But yeah, I think that's like, Colin revealed a lot of golden nuggets on this call. He talked about, collecting data on an Excel sheet. He talked about, getting creative with different keywords, building relationships with influencers. So definitely, I reckon, you guys should re-watch this and go ahead and apply everything. And I reckon if you guys really do want to succeed in dropshipping, with Instagram influencers, you're gonna have to triple down. You're gonna have to like master it. You can't sort of do it as a side thing. That's the biggest mistake I reckon that a lot of people have. They're just dabbling in too many different ad platforms that they can't succeed in one. So before you jump on Instagram or before you go into any platform such as AdWords or Facebook, get committed. Sort of cut everything out and put in your full time and go ahead and just learn it inside out. I think that's one of the best way to succeed.
Yeah, absolutely. I
100%.
totally agree.
And I guess one more thing, I guess I want to plug my mentorship program. So Colin, tell everyone about your experiences, getting mentored by me, and like tell, like, was it worth it? Was it worth the time? What's the past 6 months been like working with me?
It's been insane. Like, it's really been a very like it's been a transformational experience just because I feel like it's a real business now. It's something that I basically do full time, and before I was working with you, it was just like, it was just such a mess with my business. I wasn't sure. I didn't have any direction. Even just this example, like I wouldn't have never like tripled down and took this seriously. I would have never thought I could hit those like 10K, 11K days. But you pushed me, so that's really one of the biggest things. Just having someone to like direct you and like give you the confidence, because you have it, but then just like you need someone else to tell you that or show you that. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's
some
been
affirmations, I
amazing.
guess. That's so true. Um, that's definitely, having someone sort of hold you by the hand and sort of tell you triple down, because, I've been in the same situation Colin has been, where I've hit these big days and I've sort of chilled off. But I've been, over the past few days, I've been telling him to triple down and push even further, because, now he's getting big days. A lot of people would sort of chill, get relaxed. You're like, yeah, damn, I'm killing it. It's still pretty consistent every day. But I've been telling him to triple down, because, after releasing this video, a lot of people are going to jump on Instagram influencers. I'm going to get him to push even further. So, he'll
Yeah,
get the big of the big piece of the pie. And anyone who does jump on and listen to Colin's tips will definitely be able to get a piece of the pie. And eventually, once you master it and build your pixel, Instagram is growing. There's space for many, many sharks. Instagram is definitely a big platform. It's only going to get bigger. So, competition is never an issue. But yeah, I really appreciate you, Colin, to jump on, sharing your golden nuggets. I think you shared a lot of valuable content that a lot of, other people wouldn't have revealed. So I definitely appreciate it. But if people wanted to sort of follow you and check out your progress, and your journey, where can they reach out to you?
yeah, I would say just Instagram now, and that'll just be my first last name,
Got it.
and it's just Colin Ngai. So yeah, if you put that somewhere,
I'll link it in the description. So definitely check him out. Give him a follow.
sweet.
He's, it's been a pleasure working with Colin. He's one of my top students. He's been killing it in Instagram, and hopefully you guys found value in this video. But yeah, thanks so much, Colin. I really appreciate you jumping on. Hopefully you guys liked it. Drop a like if you liked the video. Drop a comment in the description below. But yeah, last but not least, don't forget to subscribe, because I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Peace.